everyone. Happy New Year and welcome to the Weekly Wake Up. I'm Peggy Rometo, and this week we'll be focusing on what's available for us, what's next for us. Our job is to be able to tune in, drop in, feel the connection, and open and align with what's possible, right? So we can do that with our breath and by slowing down. So I invite you to play along, to practice whenever you can, just to get in the groove of being able to feel your energy and to be able to notice what's going on around you so that you can be more present, more aware, more fully engaged with what it is you're wanting to create for yourself, not only tomorrow or this week, but next year, right? So this is a practice that we do every week, and I encourage you to do it often throughout your day, and of course, play along with me once a week here and share it with your friends or anybody that you feel might have an interest in it. But we just break it down. We bring all our energy into the heart. We exhale with a cleansing breath. We use our imagination to drop from the heart down into the center of the earth. We imagine white light, drop an anchor, exhale again, and then we inhale that white light all the way back up to the top of our head. We hold it for a count of 3 with our breath, and then we exhale and imagine that white light going back down the tunnel, our breath with it, and all our nervous energy or fear or excitement, all those emotions. And we do that 3 times. And the reason for that is each and every time we do that, we're letting go. And as we let go, we're becoming more settled. We're getting into that place of being neutral. And when we're at neutral, now we can receive information. Now we can gain access or insights by asking questions, by probing, and then waiting and allowing to see what comes up. So that's the game we're playing. And as I do that, and as I talk about it, I want you to notice how it feels in your body. Does that feel true to me? Does that feel off for me? Is that for me? Is that for my wife? Is it for my best friend? Is it for my customer, my child, right? What is it, right? And as you play with it, that muscle within yourself, that intuitive knowing within yourself is going to get stronger. And the more you play along, the stronger it becomes. And any mistake that you make is not a mistake. It's another way of understanding how you work and how you interact with energy and information. Okay? So that's all the Weekly Wake Up is a place to play and a place to practice, to get to know yourself and how you interact with your essence and with your ability to co-create and to generate what it is you want in your life and to be able to gain some additional insights for that, maybe that little extra nudge or an avenue you hadn't thought of yet. So when you take time to meditate or allow the information in, it gives you those insights. All right, so let's go ahead and get on with it and practice. So let's take that cleansing breath, slowing down, bringing our focus into the heart. If it helps to put your hands on your heart, go ahead and do that. Not necessary, but sometimes it helps to bring your attention there. Let go of all that big energy that I can feel here. And then just imagine that tunnel going all the way down through the body, down into the center of the earth and dropping. And then 3 inhale up and then out. So we'll see. Go ahead, 1 at a time. Okay, so a lot of clarity. Crisp, clear, lots of clarity. You can get so much done this week. It's like shopping at your brand new favorite store and you walk in, it's like, oh, I'll take this and I'll take this and I'll take this and I'll get that. It's just, everything is there. There's, it feels like fresh and new. It doesn't have to be hard. So if something's hard, it's because you're making it hard. You're injecting additional energy or you're overthinking it. So this week, there's really a flow here, and it's just very easy. So you can get so much done, and it's really aligning yourself with the universe about like, this is what I want to accomplish, this is what I want to do, and let's go do it. And it's very matter of fact, it's very clear. As anything that's kind of leftover residual, it has to do with things from last year that you haven't let go of or you've been resisting. So now if you've got a lot of resistance about moving forward, then there's this is a sticky energy for you. Then, until you're willing to let go and to allow the feelings to come in, you need to feel whatever you're feeling, right? Like whatever you're resisting, give way to it, right? If you've had to move and you didn't want to move, or if you know you have to move and you don't want to move, or if you're ending a relationship, or it just ended, or you've just lost a loved one, or you're dealing with a sick relative, or a sick pet, right? It's the resistance is what makes it more painful. If you allow yourself just to feel the feelings and go through the feelings, you'll have moments of rest. It's like riding that wave, right? Like grief is a wave. It comes in and you have to learn to ride it. And the same is with joy. It comes in, right? It's energy, and you have to allow the energy to move. If you don't, that's where the real suffering is. We get stuck in it, and it's really much more painful. And that's when you hit the brick wall and there's more chaos and drama. This week doesn't have to be that way. This week is a really bright, light week. It can be as you move forward. Now, I'm looking at the very beginning of the week. There's a lot of clarity. There's a lot of succinct. A lot of decisions can be made. I see people really being able to, the old saying, I don't even like that saying, I'm not even go there. But it's just like getting things done. Just get it done, right? And as you complete, the next step comes forward. As you finish, the next thing comes forward. So it's a very fast-paced, productive, clean connection that's available for you. As you move more into the week, it does feel like there's a little more work that needs to be done, more decisions that need to be made. It feels like you start to get deeper into what's maybe stopping you, or plans need to be shifted or adjusted a little bit. Feels like midweek. But your creativity is off the charts. There's this huge creative energy coming. And then, of course, we have, most of you know, we just had an eclipse on Christmas on December 25th and 26th. And that was an eclipse that had new beginnings. So for some of you, there may be suddenly new inspiration, new ideas, new opportunities, new jobs, new friends, new relationships, a lot of new connections that are being aligned for you that you could start to see show up this week too, or that maybe just happened recently. Then we have another eclipse on Friday, on the 10th, that is, which is a lunar eclipse, which is the sudden endings, right? Sudden completions. Now, sometimes if you're in tune, you've already taken the steps and ended things that needed to be ended, closed a business, or let go of a relationship, or stopped a bad behavior. There's a lot of sudden endings we can have. But if you haven't taken action and you've been dragging your feet, you could, Friday, the weekend, the next week especially, you could see sudden endings that, oh, wow, I've been meaning to look for a job for 6 months and I've been dragging my feet, and now I just heard the company's closing. So yeah, I'm out of a job in 30 days, right? So those kinds of things can happen if you haven't been paying attention to the signs. So that's on Friday. We have this big eclipse energy come in. You don't need to be afraid of it, because you just have this brand new beginning right behind you that just started. So whatever endings are there, the new beginnings is going to just wash over it, right? So don't worry about whatever's wanting to let go in your life. Let it go, because something new is wanting to emerge. It reminds me of the volcano, right, that erupts and the seeds growing underneath it. And have you ever seen those pictures where the flower comes out of, it's like, how did that even happen? It happens, right? So what feels like it could be really painful or really difficult, this new beginning is right there to smooth over. So just don't get caught in the longing for things to be different. Just stay in allowing, and allowing yourself to feel the feelings and be in the level of excitement and acceptance of what's next, because there's huge creative energy here. I can feel it. Can you guys, as I talk about it, can you feel the energy? It kind of feels like it's billowing in, and you may feel it like a coolness around the thighs or around the legs. My feet actually feel cold. So some of you are a little afraid of the new beginnings, right? And that's okay. Change can be scary, but it doesn't have to stop you, right? So as long as it doesn't stop you, you're going to be fine. All right, let's see what else is available for us this week. For some of you, there's a real excitement around Wednesday or Thursday where you may be asked to entertain somebody, where you may be picked or chosen over somebody else to lead an event or to be, named head of a division, but it is a compliment. It's exciting, it's fun, it's entertaining. It feels a little bit last minute in terms of like, oh, switcheroo here, or wow, by the way, let's do this. And for some of you, it might even be getting on a plane and going someplace, but it does feel very spur of the moment. Hey, let's do this, let's go. So some of you have got a big surprise already starting at the end of the week here, into the weekend. This big energy of let's go, taking off and just going, unless that's just a symbol for things are taking off. But I sort of feel like it's literal for some of you guys, literally getting on a jet and going. So it's fun and it's good and it's big energy. Money too. I see a lot of money multiplying and coming in too for a lot of you at the end of the week. Now, some of you, I'm feeling a little bit nauseous and headachy. And that has to do, it feels like, with some bills, things you have left over from last month. Maybe you're just getting the bills in from your spend over the holidays that's there. But I'm feeling a little bit nauseous around money for some of you. But I think if you just relax into it, it's going to wash away. Like the next week, that there will be the tide turns, so to speak. So what goes out this week will come in next week. So don't let your that anxiety or whatever get you down. There's opportunity underneath it to be able to bring more money in. All right, let's see what else is available for us this week. Also, partnerships are coming up, creative partnerships, aligning with people around you that you love or that you care about, or maybe it's a new person coming into your sphere, or people that you've known recently but been wanting to do something with, but you don't know what, and finally the idea hits. So for some of you who've been kind of like, let's do something together, I don't know what it is, you may see like lightning may strike, come at the end of the weekend, where it's like, wow, that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that creative juices around partnerships. So just be on the lookout for the people that you want to partner with and the idea, or you may have the partner but you don't have the idea, or you may have the idea but don't have the right partner. That stuff's going to start to come together at the end of this week and really start to shine, so you can't miss it. Like these are huge signs. It's not like it reminds me when somebody asked me, this is like 5 years ago when I was doing a plan or something on my website, and they're like, well, what are your strengths? I couldn't I said all of them except intuition. So it's kind of like that. You just like don't state the obvious. It's like that. It's like this thing is so good and so obvious. It's like, why didn't I even think of that, right? It's like that. We're looking in the corners of the murk for it. It's not like that. The opportunities that you're going to see are so right in front of you. And not only are the opportunities there, but the resources to implement them are there too. So this week and next week, there's just it's just bubbling up and it's crystal clear, providing you're letting go, providing you're trusting, and providing that you're allowing. If you're not, then it gets a little more entangled, and then that's when the nauseousness comes in and your body's resisting because you're hanging on to old energy instead of allowing yourself to be carried forward. So this is a really exciting time, you guys. I hope you're going to love this energy. I hope you're playing in it. I hope you're celebrating it, because it is not like 2019. And so I know we all had a rough, especially the last 6 months were not fun. And this energy feels completely different. It feels fresh and new and exciting. So it's up to us to embrace it, to celebrate it, and to, allow ourselves to be seen. So I hope you'll take 2020 to share your gifts, to reveal who you really are, to bring yourself forward, and to be seen in the world, because we need you. All right, you guys, Happy New Year. Sending you so much love and excitement for these eclipses, the one behind us, the one right in front of us. This is a really exciting time in your life. Step into it, embrace it, and love yourself. And I'll see you again next week. Have a great week, everybody. And I hope you'll take time to comment below, and I'll swing back by and add comments to it as well. All right, lots of love.